All right, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Glad y'all could be here. We got a topic today that needs to be talked about. I know none of us are probably thrilled about this, but it needs to be discussed. So the topic today is about the shop owner in Washington who was basically harassed by a trans person who is a sitting council member on the city council there in the town. And I'm just going to get this out of the way right now so that way nobody's thinking. I have no issue if you're trans, gay, lesbian, queer, bi. I got no issue with it. You live your life. Where I draw the line is when you start trying to force your opinions down other people's throats. Just like, okay, I like only women. I'm not going to force that down a bi or gay or whatever's throats, okay? I'm not going to. So I want to get that straight out of the way that what this councilwoman did is it was a setup, by the way, because it wasn't just her filming it. She had her husband sitting there the entire time filming this whole thing. So it was pre-planned. And basically, I'm gonna start pulling up some pics here so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So this is the shop owner, okay? He's in his late 70s. All right, Vietnam vet, loves Star Wars. Absolutely loves Star Wars. Let me show you. This is what. So you have his storefront, okay? Do you want to know what's on the ground right as you're getting ready to walk into his store? This. Okay, so this guy bleeds Star Wars.
Guys, there's some music bleeding through somewhere. Just heads up.
I ain't got nothing running. It ain't me.
I got no music on my end. I had a notification on my phone before I just silenced it.
Take down the pictures just so and watch everyone's mic. It looks to be Mr. Nobody.
Huh? Is it? I didn't see his blinking at all.
I didn't see his.
Is there anything going on out there?
Let me check the one thing I had. Did it fix it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
I was just saying because I didn't want you to get hit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to get hit.
I couldn't even fucking tell what the hell it was. I could barely hear it.
I could barely hear it. It sounded almost like elevator music to me. So, anyways, so let's get back to this. So this is what's on the guy's front entrance here. Okay, the guy bleeds Star Wars. It's beautiful. It's just. Yeah, this guy. This is the kind of man I want to shake their hand just because he's a diehard Star Wars fan like I am. So these are the two people in question. Okay, these are the two people: the shop owner and the person on the left is the sitting council member, the trans person.
By the way, before we get into the weeds on this shit, I'm just gonna come out and say this.
Shoot.
Looks like
I've seen this motherfucker. I've seen other pictures of this motherfucker before they started suddenly pulling this trans bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they got their seat in the city council.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker did not transition.
No.
They're full of shit.
That is
legit just a man, an old man in a dress.
CSA, I just sent you a picture. Can you just upload this picture just to show everyone?
Hey, Bone. Thanks for joining us.
Bone. Good to see you, bud.
You just sent it to me? Okay, I just got it. Give me 1 second.
This was a ratty-looking motherfucker before this, and they never transitioned. They're just an asshole in a dress trying to build up attention because they happen to live in Washington, a place where this is a hot-button issue in parts of their fucking community.
You mean
it's real
trying
convenient.
To displace the unwanted?
Exactly.
I mean, and here's the thing. I've gotten into debates with people on this, by the way. And my thing is this: it's anyone can say they're trans, but I want to see you actually make. Because here's the thing: remember, if a guy, just go 10 years ago, okay? If a guy dressed up as a woman, what were they typically called?
They're a fucking cross-dresser.
They're cross-dressers, okay? Or
depending on where you are, yeah.
Yeah, depending where you are. So again, hey, you live, you do you. Hey, give me 1 second. I'm adding this to the overlays here. Let me find that photo.
Yeah, or that, Florida. That is also
Hey,
acceptable.
Florida.
Yeah. Hey, Florida, how you doing? How you doing? Drag queen. Oh yeah, drag queen is another one. Yeah, drag queen's another one. So, you know, I mean, that's the problem I have. So many people say they're trans, and again, if you're a trans person, okay, great, but just say you are a woman and dressing up in women's clothes to me doesn't make you trans.
I've heard a complaint going around on the internet where a lot of, when I say legitimate trans people, I mean people who actually went and got all this shit surgically done, actual transition people who've been flipping their shit because you have a bunch of assholes out here who throw on a wig and a dress and start screaming about trans rights and trans this and trans that, and they haven't even done anything. They're just out there for attention.
One of the biggest so me and CSA, we're both on TikTok. Please don't hurt us. And the thing is, for some weird reason, so I managed to screw with the algorithm over the period of months, even however long I've been supporting our friend on it. Okay? And I follow conservative, Christian, I follow sci-fi, things like that. Goth girls. Anyway, so I follow all things like that. But now, for some reason, I keep getting... You've seen Cringe. I keep getting these sad sacks, and they're like men in dresses. There was this one girl on it who was growing obviously on hormones.
I know.
She was fucking a guy. She had a little mustache on her.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. They are only doing it to get attention because it's the popular thing on TikTok and Twitter right now is to be trans. But they're not. They don't fucking believe in it. They don't give a fuck.
Well,
they're out there to fucking try to make money off of it.
Imagine in 20 years when a lot of these people are looking back, and it's not going to be like when we were younger, and it was like, oh my God, why did I wear hammer pants? It's going to be like, oh God.
Get crew cuts and wear pipes.
Don't let the kids see this stuff.
Yes, what they actually don't tell you is the amount of people are actually regretting transitioning.
I know, because it's dangerous and it's painful and you're stuck with it for fucking ever.
There is a 40%
you're not probably there,
I'll go to use the children's words. Selfish deletus, right?
I know about that. And it's not a good thing.
Go ahead.
You got way too many doctors who jumped on this right away because it's expensive surgery and they like the monetary kickback. Nobody came out and said just how dangerous this is, how permanent this is. And the few people that did, the quote-unquote trans activists, jumped all over their shit.
I had a friend who he went to this doctor and the doctor said to him, congratulations. Literally said, congratulations, you're trans. Right?
Now, before we get too far in the weeds in this, let's remember we're here to talk about the man running the store.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just want to give my quick thoughts on that. Everyone got theirs and everything. If you're trans and you just wear, heels, makeup, and women's clothing, you're a cross-dresser, a drag queen. That's what we called those exact people a decade ago. I don't understand how the terminology is different now. You are trans to me when you're taking estrogen, you're getting surgeries to transition into a woman. That's when I consider you trans because you're actually taking the steps. Just because and I was telling Revan this the other day when we were talking on Facebook. I told him, I said, just because you say you're trans and dress up as a woman means I could say I'm a Power Ranger, dress up as a Power Ranger, and go out there and try and fight crime. That doesn't make me a Power Ranger.
Attack helicopters. Yeah.
That makes me a guy who people would say needs to be in a straitjacket.
I think I am legally a toaster. I'm not sure.
Oh, Lord. No, you're a potato.
No. Listen, I'm being serious. When I went to get the vaccine and I was there, the first time I went in there, my doctor, the nurse, she said to me, how do I identify? And I said, I am a toaster. And she went, excuse me? and I said, you put white bread in me and it comes out brown. I am a toaster.
Oh boy.
Right? And she
okay,
wrote
all
it down.
right.
No,
Oh my!
yes, and she
Anyway.
genuinely wrote it down.
Let's get back on topic here, okay? So this is the council person, okay,
Like her husband.
and her is that a
Yeah.
dude?
No, that is a biological woman who's her husband.
Okay.
Don't expect these motherfuckers to make no sense.
I'm not.
If these people want to insist on doing this, could they at least come with a board that they have to legally hold out that explains?
Well, no,
actually-
because they don't want it to be clear cut. They want.
I know.
people to
They
fucking
don't,
about
which again, the problem is so I was raised very politely. I was raised to say sir and ma'am. Okay, that's how I was raised. Okay, good old Southern boy, just sir and ma'am. That's how I was raised. The problem is I shouldn't have to live with the fear that I call somebody who looks like a man. I call them sir, and they say, "I'm sorry, you misgendered me. I'm a woman." I should not have to live in fear that I do that, and then there's some negative repercussions that come my way, all because I was raised to say sir and ma'am. If you look like a woman, I call you ma'am. If you look like a man, I call you sir. That's just how I was raised. There's nothing wrong with it. It's proper etiquette.
CSA, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just done a bit of poking around. Okay, please check your Facebook.
I just got it.
Screen it and look at their official council picture.
It's Washington. Nothing's gonna fucking surprise me.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me
This
pull
sounds
this up.
terrifying.
Yeah, and so okay, while Facebook's pulling up, so the store owner, okay, he put up this sign. Okay, now remember, private business. This is a private business. Okay, this is his personal opinion. Okay, if Starbucks tomorrow said Christians are evil, that's a private business. I do not have to give them my business. I'm not going to stand out there with a sign and say Starbucks is bigotry against Christians. Okay? I just don't go to the Starbucks because that's what a reasonable person does. You don't go there. I'm not going to force my beliefs on Starbucks, just like I'm not going to allow their beliefs to affect me. I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's right down the road. Plus, they got better coffee, in my opinion. Starbucks always tastes a little bit more burnt, but that's a whole different conversation. Okay, I got the. You said, what am I looking for again?
I just sent you a link.
Yeah, it doesn't come up with no photo. It comes up with a photo of one person next to an American flag.
That's yes. That's them. That's their official photo.
Yeah, it's literally one person right next to an American flag. So I don't know what I'm showing here. It's not the whole council. It's one person.
CSA.
Yes.
Listen, that is the person in the dress who attacked the store owner. That's them.
That's them.
That's their official picture.
Okay, give me 1 second then. Shares.
It definitely doesn't look like two white people trying to take advantage of a underserved community, does it at all? Especially wealthy ones. Not Sean King it at all.
Okay, so I don't even know. Is it showing yet? Here we go.
Yeah,
it would be if you didn't still have the other screen up.
Do I still have it up?
You should have the picture up.
The sign's still up.
Oh, sorry. I don't use screen sharing much, so
You can tell.
all right. Is it showing now?
That's the motherfucker right there.
Right there. Okay, so right here, that's the person that we're talking about. Okay, if you asked me who does that look like, I'd say a dude with long hair.
Well,
That's what I would say.
I think this might point to something different, is that they saw a way to profiteer off the
Florida,
community.
The reason for the sign is it was a parody on the fact that they've been censoring a lot of Dr. Seuss books recently for being damaging to young children or supporting racist or like bigoted ideas, that kind of shit.
like
And for the fact
slavery
that- And for the fact that aside from the Dr. Seuss bullshit where they've been censoring the books or getting them taken down, it was the fact that there's people that have come into his store that are acting like weirdos. And let's not forget, he lives in Washington, where there's a really hard bias towards these kind of people who come in and cause this kind of trouble. And he was just exercising his rights to make fun of it as much as they make fun of normal people. And frankly, that's his business.
Yeah. So again, private business, you can say whatever you want. If I don't agree with it, like when there were certain stores that said, masks are required, I didn't go in those stores.
Yeah.
Because, as somebody who delivers food right now for a living, it's hot under those masks. And when you're running around constantly in the heat, it takes a toll on you very quickly. You get winded almost instantly. So I didn't want to have to keep wearing masks if I didn't have to. I was respectful and I didn't go in their store. I would go into other stores or order online. That's what I did. I didn't say, "Oh, you're oppressive." Okay. You own your private business. You do what you want. Okay. So this is the sign he puts out. Okay. So this here is a photo of the confrontation. Okay. Now remember, this person confronted the store. He walked in there with her. I'm going to call her because for the sake of this.
Let me lay out something real plainly before we get into that. This person, whatever the fuck you want to call him, came into this store directly and deliberately with a cameraman.
Her husband, by the way, was her husband.
Absolutely 100% intending to cause problems.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, she came in, it came in, person came in, whatever you want to throw down the definition for this person, came in with the sole intent of creating drama in a show to put it out there to the world. Okay? This was a purposefully thought out, planned thing. This wasn't just like she just happened to walk by and asked a random bystander, "Hey, I need you to film me talking to this person." And she purposefully planned on this, okay? So, and that's the problem I have, is that you're going into a man's store. The man is, I believe he said 78 years old, Vietnam veteran. The guy I guarantee you has seen some shit that would haunt you for 10 lifetimes, probably.
Thank you, Tommy Cav. Yeah, I got nothing better to add.
Yeah.
Yeah. And bearing in mind, too, this is the same.
Thanks for joining us, Tom.
This is the same scumbag who, after this little exchange, went out and petitioned on Twitter to try to get people from Antifa to come out and disrupt this man's business.
He actually had to show. He got death threats, and they said they were going to firebomb and shoot him up and everything. And he actually had to wear a vest.
Yeah, I saw he came in with a vest on.
Yeah, which, and that's the thing. If you're going to protest people, do it peacefully and respectively. Hold your sign, say your chants, but do it respectively and peacefully. If a store owner feels... What?
I just noticed the tranny is wearing 2 masks.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
Yeah. I'm not going down that whole conversation topic. But the problem is that when a store owner gets enough death threats and feel that threatened to where they have to wear a bulletproof vest, you have problems then. Okay.
And of course, our city council member had no issue with that fact that they were, inviting fucking violent actions in their own fucking district. No, that's
exactly
fine.
I mean, if you're supposed to represent a city and you knowingly are causing trouble to the point where a store owner has to wear a bulletproof vest just to run his store, your ass should be kicked out on the street like yesterday because you're encouraging violence against a resident of your city that you represent. I'm sorry. I don't care what fucking city you live in.
When
you're encouraging violence, get the fuck out of here.
When you are this fucking deluded, you should not be holding a public office.
You should not be. So
what?
Put it this way. It's like a party faithful showing up, and then when they don't get what they want, calling in the brown shirts to correct the particular persuasion of a person. This is
Yeah.
political intimidation.
It is.
Do you know what's behind that, by the way? Because I do.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's because this man has been there, I think he said, for like 30 years.
Something like that. I'd have to look
he's
at
a
the
pillar
article.
of the community.
He's a pillar
Yeah.
of the community, and they don't like his business. They don't want it there.
The man sells Star Wars stuff. He's got Yoda,
No,
baby
no.
Yoda.
Stop. They, i.e., the zoners and the city council members, don't want that business there. They want that whole area there to be upscale, rich people, wineries, and bullshit like that. They've been trying to buy his property or get it out from under him for years.
They're
And he won't
pushing
sell
out the less wealthy people.
They don't want him there because they don't want him there. It's got nothing the fuck to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing that pisses me off wholly, by the way. I love like a small town feel where it's got a lot of niche little stores, record shops, antiques, little niche stores, because you can only find stuff in those niche stores that you can't find anywhere else sometimes, like collector's items and shit.
Yeah.
This guy's got probably everything Star Wars you could imagine. Everything probably, or he knows people that he can get it from to get it to you probably. You know, so we're going to keep moving on a little bit into this whole story because it gets more interesting.
Yeah.
So the council person put it out there, and they were planning on doing a large protest these anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ, AAIP2, whatever else. I mean, I think it's like 29 syllable letters now and numbers, and you think I'm mocking it. I am not mocking it. I am being dead serious. You can look it up right now. It's no longer LGBTQ. It's LGBTQ AIIP2, and I know there's others added on.
I just looked it up.
Plus in there too.
It is LGBT. Where is it? Damn it, I lost it. LGBT. Sorry, my brain refused to look at it. It's LGBTQQIP2SAA.
Fuck off.
And that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex. It's lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer questioning. With a plus sign, and it also means queer questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirits, which is the Native American belief, androgynous, and asexual.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, again, LGBTQ pretty much covered all bases. Pretty much, it used to back in the day,
More than
but
it needed to, really.
I mean, it covered every base you could that was around for centuries, you know. And when you keep adding letters on and you start quoting all this, I've literally been saying, don't you mock them. I'm like, look it up. I'm not lying. They keep adding numbers onto this, or sorry, letters with a number thrown in there. Again, it's unreal. So, but anyways, so they try to organize a protest against this guy. Here's a photo of the protest.
Yep.
This is all that showed up to it, by the way, on a Saturday.
And,
all they could get.
Okay. The motherfucker with the purple sign still fucking pisses me off.
It pisses me off too, but I want you to go for this. This is juicy.
Okay, so these morons, bear in mind, I'm sure everybody here knows about at least the First and Second Amendments to the Constitution.
No.
The First Amendment is the right to free speech and the defense of free speech. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms that everybody usually complains about in these liberal cities. This moron right here, listen to this. I didn't know transphobia was a Second Amendment right.
No, it's a First Amendment right, dipshit. Like your ability to stand there with that stupid sign.
This dipshit wrote this sign and didn't even know what the fuck he wrote on it.
He looks like the type of person who would advocate to get rid of that amendment. Not understanding.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
That's not true. Half those people are still alive.
But I'm like, so you look at the people that came out to support this guy, and you look at these 12 motherfuckers they got throughout the day. They look like assholes from uptown kids with too much money or parents with too much money, more than likely from the part of the district that the city council is pandering to, motherfuckers with too much money who don't like people who don't make six figures, maybe those kind of fucking people.
Let's see. Slightly
Which-
aging blonde on the left and fat dad on the right.
Uh-huh.
No,
I
I think
have a
Fat
feeling
Dad
it
and
might be those two.
no, I think that Fat Dad and slightly aging blonde. I think that they're the parents of bald chick with glasses on her head. I think that they're like, Mary, come home, Dad. I'm protesting. Dad, I'm protesting.
I was
Mary,
saying, like,
if you-
look at the clothes on some of these kids.
Yeah,
Okay, these kids came from the fucking upper part of fucking town.
like the suburbs of a major city
Yeah.
kind of area. Yeah.
And then you
But
got
how
asshole
will I
over
save a
there.
victim?
You got dickhead over the here behind the other moron with the Carrie Fisher sign wearing a fucking veteran's hat, and you should be fucking ashamed of your damn self.
Actually,
Mhm.
don't. Actually, I wouldn't actually include him in it. If you look at his face, he's not looking at the camera. He's looking
I
at her.
hope he's not a part of that group, but I don't know why he'd be
as
hanging
far
around
as I
over
know,
there if
I
not.
don't think he is part of the group. I think that he is her dad.
Okay, so
Her
they
dad or whatever.
they
But
can
yeah.
afford clothes, but they can't afford anything but dollar discount paper boards from the school section.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Because
know.
let's be real, they just threw this shit together as fast as they fucking could so they could come
Mm-hmm.
out here and make a spectacle of themselves and get their 15 minutes of fame and make the city councilors happy.
I'm going to. Where's their masks? Only 3 of them are wearing masks. Where's their masks?
Yeah.
Well,
No, there's
they've
Yeah.
obviously been
four of them are wearing
vaccinated.
masks, actually, because the moron with the purple
Oh
signs
yeah.
got one on too.
Shouldn't they
I
all
know,
be 6
right?
feet apart from each other?
Well,
Fuck. Anyways, but do y'all want to see how big the rally was as a counter protest to these protesters? So these counter protesters were in support of the store owner.
Hey.
And this is just, by the way, a
That's
small
one side of
snippet.
the street.
Actually, as far as I know, that guy in the grey jumper is actually gay, and there's a couple of people in there who are in this group here who are actually bi and trans.
Yeah. And so there's a lot more to this that we're actually going to kind of there's another story that we're going to go into after we cover this one that links to it. So if you think, why the hell are they talking about this other story? It's a bigger picture that we want to get across.
It tells you more about this part of Washington.
It does. So this is just a small snippet. The article that Favre sent me says that constantly there from Saturday morning going into Saturday afternoon. So we're talking at least 6-7 hours minimum. 30 to 50 people were constantly there active. But people were showing up to the store to offer their support throughout the day. The estimate is bare minimum 400. Okay. And this town does not look like a massive town. I'd say the population is probably 50, 60,000, maybe 70,000. So, you know, it's not a tiny town, but like for a little mom pa shop that's a staple of the community, that's a good large amount of people. If you can get over 400 to come in for support in a day, and I guarantee you this was like just people just showing up. This wasn't like an organized rally, just people showing up saying, hey,
There's
you know what?
actually 16,456 people in that city.
Oh, holy shit, I was way off. Okay. All right. So okay, that even makes that number more impressive that they
With
had
a
over
metro
400.
population of 73,000.
Wait, no, you just want to go up the straight city population. You just
Straight,
want to go
city population 16,000.
so that's the number we'll go with, 16,000. So you get all these people to do that. That's very impressive. Okay. And like Revan said, this wasn't just straight white males as the media and social media and all these people would say. You had bi, trans, gay, straight, and you had all these people across the spectrum there in support of this guy. Because I guarantee you, he is probably a sweetheart of a man. From the interviews I saw, this guy seems like the kind of guy you'd sit down, have a cigarette or a cigar with, crack open a beer, and just shoot the shit with, okay? This guy seems like a sweetheart of a man, and you treat him like this. You treat him like this. A guy who loves Star Wars, bleeds it, and wants to sell Star Wars. He's got his opinion. You don't like it? Walk on. Walk. The good Lord gave you 2 legs. Learn to use them and walk away.
Well,
Well,
that's
there's
the
an
point of America.
There's an
Yeah.
Australian comedian who he's said this a load of times, and I absolutely love it. It's like, I'm offended, and what? What happens? What do you mean?
Exactly.
What happens if you're offended? Well, I'm offended, and what do you mean? So non-majors happening because you're offended. Just move on.
Yeah.
The
So
world.
So this story is, last I heard, there's still people pissed off with this guy, but like we've said, he's a staple of the community. He's a pillar. He's loved by many, and he ain't going nowhere. And I guarantee you, he's got a large following that will back him anytime, anywhere.
He actually said that he loves when this happens because his sales go up by 400-500%.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I actually thought, I wonder if I could get a cheap enough plane ticket and like $20 just to go there and like buy something to show support. I actually thought about it, but I guarantee you can't get a cheap flight to Washington.
Not the fucking Washington.
Can't.
No.
Yeah. So we're gonna transition to another story. I don't have any.
Ah, damn it.
What?
Oh boy. The
We're
word
gonna
you chose to
transition.
use.
We're
Oh,
taking the city council member as our role model.
Oh Lord. Okay, you know what? We're gonna change lanes. Okay, there. Does that satisfy you, bastards? Fucking hell. Okay. Anyways, I don't have any photos because this is just actual, just like article. Okay, and
Yeah.
I could get snippets and snapshots, but it wouldn't begin to cover.
We're gonna
how-
talk about the bar called the Black Pearl and just how petty and fucking deceitful some of these groups can be.
Yeah. So there's this husband and wife couple. They owned the property for let me see. I have the article right here. They owned the property for 8 years and finally decided to open a bar there because that was like their dream. That was going to be their nest egg retirement. So they have it. Business is going great. They got many regulars coming in, day out. They're loved by many. Well, there was Pride Week. All right. Now, for context, this happened in 2017. So it's about 4 years old almost, but it's still highly relevant because you're still seeing the same issues up in, with the Star Wars store owner. Okay. So an LGBT group had their Pride Week. Okay, great. You do your Pride stuff. They wanted to use this bar to host a drag show. Okay, a drag show. The bar owner said, we don't want to do a drag show in here because we only do live music. And the owner says in this article, quoting him saying, I wouldn't hire a hypnotist or a magic show for the same reason I don't want a drag show in here. We only do live music. That's it. Okay, that's understandable. Very, it's their store. Their bar. They want to have a live show. Great. So the problem is that there's a lot of contradicting stuff all of a sudden in this article because you get this gay pride group and you get the bar owners and their regulars. The gay pride group says that over the course of like a week or two, these bar owners and their patrons were saying that if you come into our store, we're going to fill you with lead. And I'm paraphrasing here, put you in body bags and whatnot. That's pretty extreme.
Where was this bar? Because I'm going to look up what's there now.
Black Pearl.
It's
where
called the
was
Black
it?
Pearl, and it's in the same town. It's, I believe it's
Thank
called
you.
Hokiam.
Aberdeen.
Have they issued a criminal complaint?
I don't know.
I don't. According to this article, no complaints were ever filed. According to this article,
That's called a lie.
I agree. So
That's what we've been saying.
right. So what happens is, and I'm gonna actually I'm actually gonna scroll down this article here. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna quickly pull up this article. If Discord will be nice to me, because you all need to actually see this. I don't think it's fair to our viewers that they just have to hear me blabbling on while reading it, and they don't get to actually see the words themselves. I don't think I'm doing them fair justice. So give me 1 second. Discord is taking its sweet ass time. Okay. Okay. Pull that up. Pull that up. Yes, I want that open.
I bet you do.
No, dude, don't even. Don't even. All right. Okay. So I'm going. Let me close that out. Sorry, everybody.
No,
I'm just
that's
trying to
fine.
get this done. Well, it's more singing to the viewers. I know you guys are patient here on the panel. So share screen, entire screen.
Everyone of our little recording group is the antithesis of perfection and professionalism.
I know, right? Okay, y'all see it?
Yeah, I see.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So I scrolled down a little bit so we get to the actual thing. This person who did not attend the gathering said LGBTQ friends told her the idea of having a sit-in at the Black Pearl, okay? And then they went to go in, have a drink, and show we're all humans. That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay?
If that were ever their intention.
If that was actually their genuine intention, okay? And she says right here, they were told if they ever tried to come back, they would be shot and taken out in body bags.
No fucking business owner in Washington is gonna fucking say that shit in a public place.
In
business
America!
owner
No
anywhere.
business, no.
But I'm
legit
saying in
business owner.
Washington in particular, a place where this shit is pushed so hard on everybody, nobody's gonna say that.
Yeah, that's. You could easily be sued and have your business taken away at the drop of a hat if you actually said that. Like, that would happen easily.
Well,
But it
that's
says
also
right,
called a threat.
right, yeah. A regular at the bar, and Johnny remember it quite differently. Okay, I was sitting at a table when the group came in. A woman in a tutu and her friend started dancing next to our table and asked if they were bothering us. I said, no, of course not. Next thing I know, the girl starts rubbing her hands up and down my body and kissing my face. Right there, she could actually bring up legal charges because a woman is making unwanted gestures physically on her.
Hell, in states like Washington, that's a sexual assault charge.
It's yeah, exactly. Okay.
Not if it's I doubt it. They'd put it up if a woman done it.
It's
Right, so
another woman.
Right, yeah. And then so right here, another regular, 20 or 30 of them came in with an agenda, okay? I already told myself I was going to smile and just pour them beer no matter what happened. And according to bar regulars, that's just what he did. So there's witnesses there to back him up. And I guarantee you, if this ever hypothetically did go to court,
And
he would have...
the stupidity of this thing in the following statement is Gilly's backed the dozens of posts and reports, but you weren't even there, and you fucking admitted that you weren't fucking there.
Right. And then he says, I can't say this word because of YouTube, but
Yeah.
this word right here, okay? Again, you say that, and then you threaten physical violence. Again, you could again, according to this article, and I read through the entire article, by the way, and so if you guys see it, and because I missed it the first time reading it, these people never called the police.
Nope.
Filed a police report, brought up charges.
They
tried
didn't
to
even
charge-
file a fucking
nothing.
complaint.
Nothing. They did nothing against these business owners.
Because it's not real.
Exactly, because it was easier to just make fake fucking complaints and post them up on fucking Twitter where everybody's gonna, oh, you poor baby, they're such horrible bigots. Go fuck yourself.
And here's something I just want to make perfectly clear. These people are saying that the bar owner and the regulars were saying these things. Okay, show me the evidence.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to take your word for it without
And here's the
actual
thing,
evidence.
in this day and age, you don't tell me when half of you fucking losers got fucking smartphones, if this shit really happened, you wouldn't have taken like 5 fucking videos and posted this shit all over fucking Twitter.
Oh, it'd be all over Twitter. It'd be mainstream, and nowadays
It's
it'd
like
be
if
going.
this shit was real, you'd have had it up that night.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be all
And-
over CNN.
Yep, it'd be all over CNN, MSNBC, local news. I mean, you could easily do just a quick Google search or Bing or whatever search engine
yeah.
you use, and it would pop up first page right there.
And that's how you know they're full of shit, because their
Mhm.
own fucking proclivities and habits have all fucked them over because they're lying.
And even if let's say they hypothetically didn't upload any photos or pictures and they filed a police report, that would be in the article because, again, they interviewed both sides of what happened with this, okay? They don't mention a police report filed by the LGBTQ people. They don't mention that at all in this article. On the contrary, and we'll get down later to this, okay? I'm just going to say this right now. There were several police reports filed against various damages done to the bar owners because of supposed stuff they did. So again, if damages and shit is happening to the bar owners, but not to anything happening to this group, who am I more to believe, the group or the bar owners? One actually has legal, physical documents you could show in court about damages. Now you could say it wasn't the group. Okay, then. The group has a beef with the bar. What other group would randomly do this? Now, you could say Antifa, okay, great, but there is no evidence of Antifa being involved in this at all. So unless Antifa silently did this, which this doesn't seem like their MO, to be frankly honest with you.
Okay.
So, and then it gets actually worse, okay? That's not what I saw, the bar regular said. Even with the woman in the tutu shoving her camera into his face saying, "We're filming you." Even with them kissing and fondling women who were not in the group.
And here's the other thing. If she had her camera out, again, and it's just been confirmed that they had cameras out. Camera phones, cameras, whatever. If any of this happened, you would have had it on your camera.
And again, I have not seen anything. And I've looked up news articles about this. I did not see anything about a video. Anything about this bar owner. So, and again, if somebody finds something contrary, let me know. I look it up and I will show it right here, right now on the stream. You let me know. I will show it right here because, again, I want all evidence to support what happened with the bar owners. If what they're saying is true, then I will retract everything I'm saying. I will gladly put an open retraction out there. So the regular and again, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name because I'll butcher it and get mocked for it. So they claimed the woman in the tutu that approached the bar and suction cupped a large artificial male genitalia, because again, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, to the counter, telling the bar owner, sit on that. And then this person claimed he saw a man performing fellatio on another man near the dance floor. Again, he claimed, so that might not be true. So take that one with a grain of salt, that statement. So if you scroll down further, they went in and attempted to have a reasonable conversation with him. This is the woman in the tutu. He didn't just threaten me. He threatened the entire community. He said if we came back in Saturday, we would be killed and that his regular patrons would kill us.
Yeah, fuck off.
Okay? I'm just going to say this. Who's going to do anything? Okay? If you live in any state and you have a concealed carry, you are not allowed to drink alcohol and carry a firearm.
Nope.
It is illegal. It is illegal. Now, if you go into a bar and you have a soda, a juice, a water,
if you're like the designated driver or some shit, it's whatever. You can be there. You just ain't supposed to drink.
You're not supposed to drink alcohol if you're drinking like.
But here's my other issue. Who the fuck, even if they intend to do this, is going to come out and say this shit in front of all these other people?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's these statements are very powerful statements you're making, but where there is not, again, if somebody said this, there would be video evidence, pictures, something.
Depending on the state, I can carry in a bar here legally. I just can't drink.
Yeah. It's that way. In my state, in the state I also lived, you can go into a place of business that serves alcohol, but you cannot drink said alcohol in that business while carrying a firearm. If you're just drinking soda,
this is the exclusive reason why I don't drink in public. I just drink at home.
Yeah, like, and if I do drink in public, I don't carry a firearm on me. I just flat out don't, because again, I respect the law, what the law says about that stuff, and I understand that kind of stuff. So So right here, I only planned on staying open until 10, but stayed open until 11 because I was making good money. I didn't close until most of them had left, even with some of my regulars leaving. Okay, this now remember, this is a person speaking on behalf of this LGBTQ group. Okay, They said they were tossed and told if some of them ever returned, they would be harmed or killed.
Again, bullshit.
All right, and I know. Anyone who watches this now or watches it down the in how many days or weeks, okay? The reason we're going over this article is because of an overarching mentality in this city of how you treat a Star Wars owner who had a sign up that you could just, if you didn't like the sign, you just walk away. But instead, he's harassed. He has to wear bulletproof vests. Okay, that's
not just in one place. It's not just there.
Yeah, it's well, but we're just focused on this one area right now.
Yeah.
Okay, she said the person said they were harmed or killed. Said there was no exchange other than the woman in the tutu telling him she had a relative in the Syrian army who was coming to kill him and his family, and others calling him homophobic, slurs that continued.
And by the way, what we call those are empty fucking threats.
Yeah, because I mean,
can I just point something out? In the Syrian army, which would generally mean that her cousin is of a certain faith.
Yeah,
correct?
Which why I say that's an empty fucking threat.
Yeah, because I mean,
she's basically full of shit.
And in regards to that, typically of that specific faith, homophobia is punishable by death in many of those countries.
Well, it's homosexuality that's punishable by death. Homophobia.
Well, sorry, homosexuality. Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Homophobia is kind of the standing rule.
Yeah, sorry. I got my words mixed up. Okay.
Actually, an interesting fact is that I believe it's Iran, is they claim to have so many low numbers of homosexuals because in there they force homosexuals to go under, without saying, people who aren't trans. If you're a homosexual man, they'll force you to become a woman.
Or you get
that's lovely. That's lovely.
Or you get put through a re-education, or you just vanish.
Yeah. And so on social media, Facebook, they were, all supporters of LGBTQ riddled their Facebook with stuff. Okay. And it was, and again, you keep reading. And then right here, early morning hours of Saturday, August 19th, not long after the sit-in had ended, the owner called the police. Austin responders found that the gate to the Black Pearls Beer Garden, which beer gardens are outdoor venue, is like an outdoor drinking area typically of some bars, the gate had been kicked in. Okay. So that's a police report. Right there. So the police actually have to write down a physical report about this, meaning that that's an actual document you could take to court. Okay? The guy said he didn't want to open. The wife said she wanted to. She went to the bar to clean, and then a relative, and then a regular, and people showed up. So she opened for a few hours, okay? The drag show across the street at a theater was getting ready to start. Gal comes up, asks for change. She said, sure, lets her in and gets her change, okay? This person who's mentioned again says that the woman went to get changed, and the woman with black hair who had keys to the place started yelling at her, saying, we don't serve. You can read the word there. I witnessed this myself.
Just say fogs.
I'm just going to say the word because, again, this is up on the stream for anyone to see.
Don't even say the word.
No.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it's anyone who watches this can see the word is what I'm saying. Okay? So she says she witnessed this, okay? So, again, two conflicting things, but again.
Yeah, but all the outlandish bullshit you said always comes from their group.
Yeah, and again, if this were true... If this were true,
I'm going to reiterate this. They live in Washington. If any of this were true, they'd have taken it to the cops. They'd have bitched to the city council. They'd have done a dozen other things. It'd have been all over fucking Twitter. No, they're full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It says here that the wife, the husband and wife couple who own this, the wife said the opposite is true, claiming it was the crowd across the street that was making threats against her as she locked up. Okay? Again, we already have a police report filed that their gate was kicked in, that they noticed, hey, this gate's been kicked in. We just had this disruptive group here. They're putting two and two together. They call the police. They file the report. Police look at it. Obviously, you have no suspects, but they still filed it at least, that there had been potential damage done, okay? I spent 8 years and more than $300K to get this bar open, and now it seems like everyone wants to shut me down for doing nothing, for not having a drag show in my bar. And if you and I'm gonna just scroll up so you can see. Okay, this is it. This is the bar right here. It's not a big place. We're not talking about a place that can seat, a couple of hundred people. You could probably get 50 people in here probably comfortably, maybe 60 tops, because we don't know how far. It's hard to tell how far back it goes because it got the beer garden in the back. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is not a big place. This is not a big place at all. So the couple flatly denied being anti-gay, said they have friends, relatives, and regular bar patrons who are openly homosexual and bisexual. And he said, the husband said, he's only kicked 2 people out of his bar since he opened, both young, straight, white men who showed up drunk and tried to start a fight. I escorted them out of the door. I've been to bars late at night on a Friday and Saturday night. I've seen this. Okay, you get too drunk, you get too rowdy. The bouncer or the police, depending on the location, will escort you out and say, okay, we're going to call you a cab. They won't arrest you unless you assaulted somebody.
Yeah.
But they will escort you out, get you an Uber or that. Sometimes I've even heard of some police stations, they won't arrest you, but they'll take you back to the station until you sober up enough to where you can get yourself home, because they want you to be safe. They don't want you going and getting yourself hurt leaving the bar. So I don't know how true that is about the police stations, but I want to try and give them the benefit of the doubt.
In my country, the police will actually bring you home.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
In some places here in America, they might do that. Big enough country, it's possible. So right here, with the bar's Facebook page down, commenters have moved to Yelp to take shots at the couple who say they've had negative reviews as far away as Spain and Australia.
Which
these aren't
Americans. There's a big LGBTQ fucking thing over in those.
Okay, places. So that means okay. Let's say Revan has a bar there, okay, and Ireland's predominantly Catholic, okay. So let's say there was a bar there that had a sign up that says Christians are this and that. And I go up and I look on this restaurant, on this bar's Yelp page, and I start leaving all these comments from America. Never been to the bar, never talked to the owners, never done anything. I just see this and I react from America. That's not a review. You're using Yelp as a social media posting. Yelp is for actual reviews of people who have been there and are giving their opinion, good or bad. It's for people who have been there, not for damn social media shit like Facebook and Twitter, okay? So this is the final part of the article, and we'll probably close up here in the next 5-10 minutes, okay? When asked for comment, Mayor Dickhoff, that's the name of the mayor, okay? You can see it right. No, this is not for you guys, it's for the viewers.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. I mean, was Hasselhoff not
hold
taken?
On. May I just comment on Florida's comments?
Yeah.
Hang on one second. I gotta give me 1 second. Let me. I haven't been able to see any comments. Which comment are you talking about? Sorry.
Yeah, Florida, I agree that Washington is kind of a horrible place to run a business right now if you're not on the right side of their politics.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But I've been saying this for a while, and I don't know if the panel will agree with me, but the LGBT movement, back in the day, it used to be a movement for equality, it used to be a movement for this and that, for just basically trying to get gay people and whatever, the rights to have a normal life.
Back in the day, it wasn't
Yeah.
even there was no LGBT. It was a gay rights movement.
Yes.
That was it. And feminism, our third wave feminist quote unquote friends decided to jump in and subvert it like they do everything they get involved in, claim that feminists and lesbians were responsible for the gay movement, and then try to tell them that they owed them something for it. They tried to freaking take over everything to push it to what they wanted to do.
Yes, the acronym was originally GLBT, but the lesbians got to change to LGBT. But the thing is, now it's a cult. Like, if you look on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube,
Yeah.
it is straight up a cult. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I see people walking around with, like, ask me my pronouns, it's, to me, the same people as walking around going, I'm a Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't see him go to Turkey.
Yeah, I know, right? But something that Florida brings up here that I want to just quickly address.
do.
Yeah, so some people say Christians push their religion onto people, and there might be certain churches. Now, granted, you'd have to go hunt for those churches.
I would call them extremist Christians.
Yes, that's probably a good way of putting it. Every church I've ever been to, okay, and I've been to many churches over the course of my life, okay, they don't force anything down your throat. They never do. Now, some people there might press you somewhat, but that's again, that's a tiny percentage, okay? Churches don't typically do that. They don't push it down your throat, because that's not what Christianity is founded on. It's based on personal choice, not forcing something down your throat, okay? Yeah, exactly.
So I actually had one. No, sorry. There's a group that we call, in my country, we call them American churches. Right?
Why do you call them that?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
Can you hold that thought for one quick second?
Okay.
Just like one quick second. No. In Florida, I was actually getting ready to bring that up. Is that what they claim Christians do? The LGBTQ crowd does, but they do it on a nation, if not international scale. I mean, for God's sakes, look at the Colorado baker who, by the way, he didn't refuse the gay couple to bake them a cake. They wanted him to put something very specific that was homophobic. Okay, sorry, not homophobic, but that was something that was
against his beliefs.
It was against his beliefs, something very specific to a gay couple on the cake. He did not refuse to sell them a cake or make a cake for them. He just said, I will not put these words on the cake. You can choose any other words, but just not these specific words on a cake, because I cannot put them down as a man of faith on this cake. This is a piece of art to me. I believe I heard him once say, like, I treat this like you treat a painting. Like, I take great pride in what I do. So he refused to put a few words down. That's all he did. He said, you can buy any cake. I will make you a cake. Put any other words on it. Just these few words I will not put down. He has been through at least 3 lawsuits, or as many up to 5 lawsuits against him. And he's won every one of them, by the way. Or he's the one, or they've been dismissed.
Oh, shit, get out.
So that's the problem I have, is that you want to be LGBTQ, all the other letters and numbers and everything, great. But don't force what you believe down my throat or anyone else's throat, because it doesn't become a choice then. You're guilting people into it. And I'm sorry, if you guilt people into it, they might support you, but they're only supporting you out of fear. And once it becomes a thing of fear, then we really start having issues. Then that's where true resentment becomes an issue. You know, I've met people that were trans. I mean, I used to be in a cigar club, and there was a gentleman there who transitioned into a woman, firefighter, and you could tell he was a dude, but he identified as a woman, dressed like a woman, was taking estrogen and whatnot. Okay, I was talking with him, smoking a cigar. We were drinking some craft beer. Outstanding person, no issue. I didn't judge them. Like, hey, you do your thing. We're sitting down, having some beer, smoking cigars, shooting the shit. Great. I have no issue. I have no issue with you. The only time I have issue is when you do that. And I think everyone on this panel would agree, right? The moment stuff starts getting forced down your throat, that's when you develop an issue. Up until that moment happens where they start forcing it down your throat, you have no beef with that person. Am I wrong here? If I'm wrong, please correct me.
What people do.
Look,
Yeah,
I've said this.
It's just if it's not my fucking problem, don't make it my fucking problem.
Yeah, I've said this to so many people and things like that. When asked about how do you feel about this, I'm like, I don't give two fucks what you do in your own bedroom. Basically, if I don't know you, I genuinely don't care about you.
Yeah.
Like, do what you do, identify what you want to, all things like that. But when you start affecting kids, that's when we have a problem.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother
that is a
thing.
definitive fucking issue.
Yeah, it's a definitive issue. I agree, but we're not going to go down that conversation topic.
No, that's not.
We're
for
not
this
going
one.
to.
But
That-
I was
because we'll be
saying
here for
about
hours.
the American churches, right? So over here we have a lot of, I suppose you'd say born again Christian churches, but they're all predominantly led and pastored by Americans, right? They spring up everywhere, and the thing is, you'll be walking down and you'll hear, hey, you want to come to this party? And some of them are just cringy. It's like, hey, do you want to come to this party? It's like amazing. It's the best thing on earth or in heaven. Wink. And you're like, okay, cringe Lord, just back away.
Yeah, I know, right?
But there's this dude who actually got banned because he was an independent guy trying to start a church.
Okay.
He got speakers. He went into into the town and city and started shouting homophobic slurs and everything. And started screaming that you're going to hell, you're going to hell. There's this woman.
So he's a Baptist.
I'm not commenting. I'm not commenting.
Actually, his church was the New Wave New Baptist Church.
Wow.
Okay. I'm not commenting. I have family members that are Baptist, so I'm not. I plead the fifth, Your Honor. I plead the fifth.
So one time, I used to work in this Methodist church, and I'm a Catholic. Go figure. And then we were doing excavations, and we used to let people walk in. I used to give them tours. It was some to kill time.
Okay.
And this guy came in, and we were there, and I was pointing out stuff, and I could see he wasn't interested. So I started bullshitting, right, to see would he pick up on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he wasn't commenting, it was and then at the end of it, he's like, started going up to me saying, the Methodist Church. I'm like, I'm not a Methodist, man. I said I'm Catholic. And then he started berating the Catholic Church, berating the Pope, berating this, berating the saints, everything. And I'm there, and I'm like, did you want a tour, or did you try to convert me? And then he handed me a leaflet, and I just looked at him.
Fucking course.
Yeah, and I just looked at him and went, oh, honey, no. Wrong boy. You're going to... No, you don't want me in your church. I will ruin your day. And he was there, and he kept going on and on and on and on and on about it. And
They
I'm
always
like,
seem to.
yeah, so on my little walkie-talkie, I hit the little red button, which all the guys came over to me, right? I'm like, okay, Bobby, you've got a choice. Either you're going to leave through the gate of your own volition, or you're going to leave over the wall. And I'm picking that wall down there, and there's a big hole on the other side. And he's like, well, I'm going to leave the Bible with you. I said, no, thank you. I said, bring it with you. I said, we're in a fucking church. We've already got a box of them.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, you can leave. And he walked out. Then I brought
And
it
it's
up
like,
with
if you want to preach your faith, that's one thing. But when you come in to a place of another faith and you start spouting this bullshit, then you need to go.
Yeah, and I had rosaries around my neck at the time. Like, you could tell I was Catholic.
It's just stupid.
It is.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just pull up this this article, just to finish it off, because the way that the mayor says this is rich.
Such smarmy fucking bullshit.
He says how the community reacts to this will say more about Hoquiam than the acts of one business owner. So right there, he is condemning the business owner without directly condemning him. Okay. If the owner of the Black Pearl should decide to hold a protest, we will, as a city, accommodate that right. So the reason why he says that is because the owner of the Black Pearl, when he heard that there was going to be a protest against the bar, the owner went to the city council to get a permit to put up a counter protest. But he did it within a relative short time to when he wanted to do the counter protest. So the owner knew that the permit wouldn't get permitted, but he also states even if they did listen, it wouldn't get permitted because they wouldn't just flat out do it. And he also wanted to know what his rights were as well, just to make sure for reasons. So that's why it says if you decide to hold a protest, we will accommodate that right, as it is our duty. We will also respond when reports of threats occur. Okay, so remember, they are not taking into account the bar owners. They are taking into account the threats of this LGBT group. Okay. Yeah. Because again, based on on that first line where he says then the acts of one business owner, so he's already made his point, his stance clear as to
he's condemning the Black Pearl without doing it directly enough to get himself in fucking trouble.
Exactly, yeah. Citizens also have their right to choose where they spend their hard-earned money. I agree with that. That's the only line I probably agree with. Okay, discrimination is not only against the law; it is foolish for any business owner hoping to make a living. Okay, I think we all could probably agree with that statement.
Although
okay?
That's something he might want to take into account his fucking self.
I agree, but I'm talking as just a general statement with that. So I will encourage the people in Grays Harbor and anyone visiting to frequent the overwhelming majority of Hoquiam businesses that provide a safe, friendly, and community-minded atmosphere. Now,
what this translates into is go to the businesses we approve that don't disagree with our socio-political bullshit.
Exactly. So what the mayor summed up basically is this. We condemn the actions of the bar. We don't think that you're safe if you go there. Go to all the other businesses because they don't discriminate, even though the bar has had physical damage done. Okay. And it says also in the article that there were pamphlets and stuff with all sorts of threats posted to the bar's doors. There was windshields ripped out of the owner's vehicles. Okay. You know how much force it takes to rip a windshield? Now, they could be talking just about the wiper blade, but it didn't specify that. It just said the windshield wiper. That's all it said.
Yeah, I think they broke the wipers.
They might have broken it or whatnot. So, but that's the thing. A bar owner has property damaged, has threats brought against them. Police reports are filed. And you take the ideals of a group and what they say, which again, as far as I am aware of, there is no evidence. Now, again, if evidence is presented to me, I will look at it. I will dig into it a little bit to make sure that that's factually accurate and not just the opinions. And if I say, okay, that this group is telling the truth, well then, okay, who's telling the truth? Who's not telling the truth then? Okay. So then we have, again, evidence is key. And this is across many spectrums. Evidence is key. I have seen no evidence that this group says the bar owners did what they did, but we know the bar owners filed police reports about damages done whenever this group was around.
Yep.
So at what point does the LGBTQ movement, and here's the thing, I'm not going to say the entire movement, okay? I guarantee you this is a small percentage of the LGBTQ group. It's a small percentage, maybe a 10%. I'll be generous and say 10%. The problem is the 10% are making the other 90% look like them because of their actions. So you take 10% and you associate it with everybody.
A lot of them, they're so cowed by the idea of being called out by these people that they don't ever stand up against the people who are making them look so fucking terrible.
Yeah, because they know that they will get ratioed and their lives destroyed and everything.
Hold on, what?
I'm looking at where this bar is. This bar is owned by a new person,
I'm not
And
surprised.
No,
Yeah.
listen, it's called Ashley's Bar. The comments are like, replace the bar person with like masculine eyebrows. They keep using like rainbow colored hearts. I think someone from this group fucking bought the bar.
They probably fucking did. What I'll
They
tell you
probably did.
probably happened, it was a more city council bullshit.
It probably was, you know. I mean, we don't know, and to find those details require loads of digging, and I'm not going to spend days or weeks of my life trying to dig into this story because, to be honest, I got better things to do. I got a job, I got bills to pay. I don't have that kind of time. I don't, okay? Even if I had $1 trillion in the bank, I still wouldn't do it. It's not worth my time.
I know. I mean, someone has to feed those hookers.
Oh,
I'm going to come over to Ireland and kick your ass, okay? It'll be worth it for the plane
You'll
ticket
have to
alone.
find me first.
he's got a point.
I have your address.
Who says it's mine?
The fact I sent you that gift and you showed me it.
I didn't know that's actually me on camera. Could be.
We'll talk about this later.
Oh boy.
Let's also not forget, okay? Remember, let's also not forget, I keep your children hostage.
That's 17 more
My-
years. I'll make more.
My stomach is hungry.
17 more years.
So, anyways, we're going to start wrapping this up. But before we do, we have to get an important legal announcement out of the way. Disney Star Wars sucks, okay? This is an actual page from an actual legal document, okay? And it's hard to see just because of the photo that was taken. But in this, let me see here. The last, I think it's sentence or two, it says, that is like George Lucas promising no more mediocre and schlocky Star Wars sequels shortly after selling the franchise to Disney. Such a promise would be illusionary. And then the footnote at the bottom says, as evident of Disney's production of The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So, that calls for a certain banner. Disney EU sucks.
All praise the courts.
Well, Tom, we can have that discussion at a later date. We can have it at a later date, okay?
I'll just leave that to
Yeah, definitely.
everybody's got their own personal taste.
Yeah, well. Here's the thing. This is my opinion. Disney EU sucks. Obviously, if you don't agree with it, hey, you do you. You like it, you like it. You got your reasons, I got my reasons. I'm not going to hate on you, but the opinion of this channel is the Disney EU sucks.
We're just
Okay,
saying on one
but-
side there's a court document that says it's trash, and the other side is just opinion.
But I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate on anybody for liking it. You know, the opinion of this channel is that it sucks. But again, anyone who's got different opinions, I always welcome them on the channel because do you know what? I like to have a differing opinion because it forces me to have to become a better person with my opinions rather than just live in an echo chamber. So I don't mind differing opinions as long as we're civil. As long as we're civil about it, bring on your differing opinions. Bring them on. I know. Okay, all right, Florida. Jar Jar is prequel. Sequel is Rey and Finn and Poe.
Yeah, we're talking about the
and
Disney era sequel.
the Disney era. We're Disney era. Jar Jar is prequel. Prequels are awesome. Prequels are awesome. Okay.
I mean, even at their center with the problems they have, they're still good movies. Yeah, they got problems. Name me a fucking movie that doesn't. It's an
Even the
imperfect medium.
Yeah, the original trilogy's got issues, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Citizen
overall,
Kane.
That ain't perfect either. That's got pacing.
You
issues.
lie. Orson Welles is in it.
God damn it, Josh.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this: what they did to this is what they did to Luke's character, though, and I challenge anyone to argue with me on this.
Oh, you are just milking the hell out of that.
Dude, I told you I'm gonna use it when appropriate. Okay.
No,
I'm gonna use
what they
Kathleen
did
Kennedy's
to
hair on that.
Luke, what they did to Luke is more like that other gif I sent you with the 18-wheeler. Yeah, that one. It's more like that.
Oh man, they did not go in gently.
They went in rough and they kept going. They wanted to
okay,
tickle their
well,
muscles.
Tom. Again, that's your personal opinion. If you think the prequels were terrible, hey, again, you think they're terrible. If you think prequels suck and sequels were amazing, again, that's your personal opinion. We can differ on that. I don't mind differing opinions as long as we're civil. Okay, I don't hate. No hate here. This is a hater-free zone, unless you're talking about what's her face, Admiral Holdo. Then there's hate.
Don't you mean Admiral Holdover?
Oh,
I
God.
didn't know Jurassic
Such
Park
a
was in the
worthless-
Star
oh.
Wars.
I'm not.
You know,
Anyways,
I'm not going to take it out on the actress. Okay, she's been in some other shit that I like.
No, she has.
a
No.
terrible fucking character.
See, it's an
No.
elaborate
Yeah, the
scheme
character
by Disney
is,
to get dinosaurs.
yeah, the actress I like. She's been in other stuff I liked. Jurassic Park. Just gonna say it. But it's the character of Admiral Holdo. I have nothing against the actress. Just the character I got major beef with. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But anyways, we're gonna wrap it up. We've been going for an hour and 15. We're gonna start with the person next to me here, Revan. Why don't you shield yourself?
One, how dare you think I'm a person? I'm Potato Revan. I have a YouTube channel. I've linked it. It's linked down below and everything. I'm now one away from 150 subscribers. Hashtag go me. We do nerd talks. I have a series called Let's Talk, and whatever topic pops into our head of this week. I'm in talks with a few people to start doing like a little recording group. We're going to see how that goes. So, and then there's plans. The channel's going to stay quite small until next summer, and then, please God, next summer, if everything works out, the channel's going to get bigger and things are going to start like ramping up, and the channel's going to move like to maybe Twitch and different things like that, and we're just going to see can we create a little potato teamed network.
All right, awesome. So yeah, go check out Potato Revan's channel. Check out all his videos and streams. He just put out one about Chris Chan. It's a huge diversion typically from what the streams and videos he's put out in the past, but it's a topic that needs to be done considering Tucker Carlson covered it for a few minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
it's literally been all over the world.
There was
reported.
something real fucking surreal about hearing fucking Tucker Carlson say Chris Chan too. That was
It
kinda
really
funny.
was.
I
So-
actually saw a Japanese TikTok say when the emperor reads about when the emperor hears about Christian, because you just see a thing of the emperor of Japan in a meeting or something like that, and he was on his
For
phone
fuck's
and
sake, Jet, chill.
he just looked up, right? And someone's like, when he looks at Christian, and then you'd see him and he's there, and it's like you'd see this Godzilla movie where someone's screeching in Japanese, "Summon Godzilla, we're going to war."
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Finally,
But-
someone understands.
But yeah, go check out Potato Revan's channel. He put out one on Chris Chan. It's a bit heavy. He tried to make it he tried to bring enough humor and everything into it as he could.
Now, there was only so much we could do with that.
There's only so much
Yeah.
you can do with that topic. But don't take that video as what his entire channel is about. That's
No.
big diversion.
I mean, before that, like, it's Let's Talk Anime, Let's Talk Kevin, The Fall of He-Man, Let's Talk Star Trek Timelines, Let's Talk...
It's mostly
Hey.
entertainment shit, you know?
Yeah, entertainment, nerd, everything, which is what we typically do here too. This topic is a bit off the side, but it really bothered me because this is a trend that I've seen, and I had to do a stream on it. That's why this topic is not something you typically see. Look at all my other streams and everything; they are totally different from this. I've said that topics like political or really big stuff like this, they are once in a blue moon, but once in a while a stream will have to be done on them because they just have to
which
be.
we all agreed about ages ago when the previous channel got nuked. And thank you, Tommy.
Yeah,
that
so-
we all agreed to that we'll stay away from, as we call it, heavy and hard hitting topics. unless something huge happened. And this and Chris Chan.
Yeah, that was kind of some serious shit.
Yeah, it's and again, watch his video, and you'll understand why it needed to be talked about. It's heavy stuff. But anyways, Favre, why don't you go shill yourself?
Well, you know, when you put it that way, it just sounds fucking dirty. Anyway,
hey, that's not what you told me last night.
You might want to get me not confused with somebody else before you die.
Excuse me, don't. No. You're doing it wrong. It's hey, Favre, why don't you shut?
Oh God, no! Just Favre, please go before he goes down
Look
that.
what you fucking done.
We've all
Anyway,
like, seriously.
I got a channel called Farvithian Guard. It's spelled the same way as my name on the screen there, and then just guard, you know, like a guard post. We mostly do streaming stuff over there until we have some of our shit together for recording and editing. A lot of the time, my brother there, which would be Mr. Nobody, is on a lot of my recent streams because we've been doing a lot of discussions over game streaming. We got about 3 or 4 of those now. I got a lot of beat 'em up games, retro style shooters, new shooters. That's what's on there for the moment. Now we had a unintended change of plans as far as scheduling once we got our capture card. So we're working on saving up to get another laptop to use a capture card so we can do the editing and streaming properly from my consoles. Because I got 3 consoles out in the front room, and I got a shitload more games on those than I do on this computer. So once we get that unfucked and get a laptop set up in there, we're going to start streaming stuff from the consoles, and then my brother can see about like editing our shit.
Yeah. So y'all subscribe to Favre's channel. It's entertaining all the time. I'm telling you. You think, oh, it's a retro style game. Trust me. Even if you're not the biggest fan of retro style games, the commentary is worth it alone.
Now I got like a 9-part fucking playlist of fucking Torchlight 2, and that shit was ridiculous.
Yeah, and then what was that other one shooter with the chick? And it was it Blood something or
no, Blood's the Old West one. You're thinking of Ion Fury.
Ion Fury, that was it. That was fun. That was a fun streams to watch. So go check him out. There's actually 3 other members that weren't here for certain reasons. They couldn't be here. I'm going to shield them, though. Katala Laris, she's another member here. As she likes to put it, she's the resident cackling hyena, as she's put it in the past.
One of fucking 2.
Yeah. So she does Guild Wars, which, if you don't know what Guild Wars is, imagine World of Warcraft, but actually much more fun, considering I've played both Guild Wars and World of Warcraft, and Guild Wars is way more entertaining.
Yeah, she routinely does Guild Wars. I occasionally do it, and a lot of the time I'm also on her Guild Wars streams.
And I try and join them whenever I'm able to. But she does those streams. There's discussions happening all the time. Transformers is typically one of the hotbed issues that comes up at least every stream. Even
whenever I'm on the stream at the same time as she is.
Yeah, so check out Katala Lars's channel. It should be in the description. The next one is Philip Kilroy. Go check out his channel. He's starting to do streams again. We actually did a stream on his channel earlier today. It was a short one because it was kind of last minute kind of set up. So it was a short one. We did Jackbox 2.
Oh, that was earlier today.
We're going to be doing more Jackbox streams where we play video games, but the audience can play the game with us too. And we stream it and everything. So go check out Phil's channel. It's also in the description.
I have a new video on my channel. I just remembered. Should be coming up just today. It was a stream we did last night where we were talking about all kinds of ridiculous shit because I was trying to lower my fucking blood pressure. And it was like me, my brother, and AW from this group also. Yeah.
So actually, he brought up the last member. So AW, who's another person, he came out with a book. What was it, about a year and a half ago?
Close to a year, I think.
Yeah. So it was about a year ago. It's called The Maiden's War. It's a military fantasy set around a World War I-esque timeline. It is a phenomenal read. It's on Amazon. It's in the link below. Check it out. It's got rave reviews. He's already working on a sequel, which should be done, what did he say, by, I think, December?
I think it's a matter of time at this point with the way we keep fucking around whether my book will come out before his sequel or not.
It's always a point of conversation which one will come out first.
I keep saying to him that we should get Katala to do an audio version of his book.
It depends because Katala's schedule is really fucking weird, and I don't know, how that would work out.
That's between them two and how if they want to do that kind of stuff. So, but go check out his book, support him. He's an independent author. We need to support independent authors, considering that a lot of these big name branding places and titles and themes, they're selling nothing. They're going to burn down, and it's independent art and it's independent authors and creators that are going to rise from the ashes with good material. So support AW, and even if his book style in terms of the setting and everything isn't your particular taste, go support other independent creators who do books, TV shows, comics, whatever. Support them because they are putting out tremendous stuff. And you will never hear about it because they self-support themselves. They don't go through the big name places. So that's why. Because a lot of it goes against the grain. So support him. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Revan, Favre, Mr. Nobody. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank Nerdporial, Tom, Florida. We had, let's see, scroll up here, see what else we had. We had a Bone. I know we had Bone. We had
Tommy Cav.
Well, I just say Tom.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, so Tom, Bone, Florida, Nerdporial. I want to thank you all for chatting, for watching. Anyone who else was lurking in the background, we like our lurkers. We do not hate on lurkers in this channel. Some channels do. We love and support you lurkers. Everyone else who watches the stream later, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, shield the streams out. It means so much to me. I don't take my subscribers and my watchers for granted. I don't. I love every single person, and I am blessed and thankful that you guys watch, listen to us bullshit, and try and act even with a modicum of professionalism. So from everyone here, y'all have a good day, and peace out, y'all.